And I went, John? And he went, yeah. I said, John, it's Graham from Green Hands. And we've got our old friendship back, Sean, over.
G5EAN. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's nice to do that. And isn't it a small world, Graham? You know? I mean, what are the chances of me coming on here and hooking up with John, and he works with a guy that I've known all my life, and I really have known him all my life from county infant school, and it's a blooming small world, and radio's a wonderful thing, isn't it, at times? Anyway, yeah, glad to hear you're doing okay, Graham. I'm going to come out with a statement now. It seems every time I talk to you, you sound that little bit better, because I know what you've been through, and you seem more savvy every time I talk. You sound about 98% now, Graham, over.
Yeah, Sean, he's had another phone call. He's very busy. He's like an international telephone exchange this afternoon, over.
Oh my goodness! But I know that feeling, because when I get 5 minutes peace, like now, because I'm getting 5 minutes peace, something usually happens, or the phone kicks off, John Go.
Yeah. Well, when we're on call, I just don't want to hear the phone. Because it'll be Sean saying, we've been called in. So, yeah. But, yeah, but funny that was, yeah, just bumping into Graham like that, obviously with family and stuff like that. We just lost touch. And when he walked into the club, I thought, I recognise that bloke, but I don't know where from. And, yeah, and then he just said, John. And I went, yeah, Graham. God, I couldn't believe it. And like you say then, you know, you calling in, and you know, you've known Sean all your life, and I've worked with him for the last 7 or 8 years over, so it's just crazy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Mind you, amateur radio's a funny hobby, isn't it? I mean, at Bridge North, where me and Sean are from, I've spoke to quite a lot of amateurs over the 20 or 30 years. Not that I've been on for 20 or 30 years, because I had 27 years, 28 years out of the hobby. But during the time I have been using radio, I've spoken to quite a few amateurs that did their training at Bridge North, at the old RAF camp, because just out of town there was an RAF camp, and of course a lot of these ex-military guys, they did their training there, and they're on the radio, and they're getting on in years now, and yeah, it's a very, very small world, John, over.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's like when you go on holiday and you bump into somebody from the same town. You've travelled a couple of 1,000 miles, and you're in a hotel, and you know, you sat around a pool or whatever you're doing, and you bump into somebody from the same town. It's just yeah, the world is a very small place, and yeah, it's just surprising who you meet, especially on the radio as well, like you said, because I never knew at the time when me and Graham worked together that Graham was into radio. Just never knew, and then obviously you know, I met him in the radio club, so it just goes to show. Yeah, it's a small world, Sean, over.
Yeah, Golf 5 Echo Alpha November. Well, you just said something else there that struck a chord with me. Hang on, let me just turn this phone down. I remember going on holiday once when I was a kid to Shell Island, because every year we'd go to Shell Island and, you know, camping with Mum and Dad and my sister, and we had a German Shepherd. And I'd be about 6 or 7, and I remember bumping into Sean Bristow on the beach because he was there with his mum and dad, and I blimmin' know what you're doing here type of thing. But yeah, happy fond memories that that had always been with me. You know, I remember Sean on the beach, and I never knew he was going, and it was like, oh my God, you're up here on holiday, John Over.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Right, Graham, are you back, mate? Mike 9 Tango Delta X-Ray.
Yeah, M0IYO, back with the group. Yeah, I had to take that phone, lads, I'm sorry. It was Matt, John. His phone's gone down, and it's got his banking app and everything. I did ask him to call down later on, but he's going to go to a phone repair shop by where he lives and see if he can get it sorted, mate. But he was in a bit of a panic. So hopefully he gets it sorted. But yeah, I'll just take it through to Sean because I haven't spoke to him, John. And I think I've cut him off twice in our conversation. So how's things, Sean? And I struggle with the processing, Sean, with what happened. And I've got G5 Echo Victor November. Is that correct for the new call?
No, nearly. It's Golf 5 Echo Alpha November. It's my name. G5EAN. And yeah, I don't need to go too deeply into why I changed it. Just a tongue twister of a call sign, which a lot of people were confused with before. And now I've got this, it just flows a bit easier, Graham. Anyway, Graham, like I said before, I'll get this in quickly before your phone rings again. But every time I talk to you, you seem a bit, you just seem a little bit better, Over.
Yeah, I've had a couple of episodes, Sean, over Christmas and New Year, which sort of set me back a little bit. And but I got up this morning, and Sue, my wife, said, "You seem a bit brighter today." So I said, "Yeah, I feel it, and I feel like my old self in me head, Sean, if that makes any sense. And I can hear my old voice that I remember, because Dave used to send us recordings, you know, like he does with you and all the lads. And when I was in hospital, I used to listen to them. And I thought, I don't sound like anything like that anymore. And yeah, it's lovely to feel a lot brighter, Sean.
Yeah, G5EAN. Well, we discussed this, Graham. When I got very ill in Oman, I had all that time in hospital. I had to take a year off work to recover, and I just thought it was my voice. It was so weak, because your voice is a muscle, isn't it? And although I never recovered 100%, mentally I feel in a really good place now, you know what I mean? And but anyway, you do sound better, Graham. You do, no doubt about it. And I heard you and John chatting there, and I thought, well, I'd come in and say hello. Anyway, I had a bit of a crappy start to the new year, which was nice. We just stayed indoors, me and the missus. We had a nice Indian takeaway. But yesterday I woke up with a blooming huge abscess on my top gum, and it's one I've had before. Anyway, I flipping popped it, and all this gunk came out. And I was swigging salt water throughout the day yesterday. It seems to have gone now. It's not come back yet. I'm touching wood when I say that, but crikey, my top lip, it was all swollen yesterday morning. I got this blooming abscess, but it seems to have disappeared. But anyway, hopefully it'll stay that way. Graham, go ahead.
It's great news, Sean, and like you say, with bursting it, you've taken all that pressure off yourself, haven't you? You know where it hurts. But yeah, I'm in a good place, Sean, especially in my head, knowing, you know, like yourself must have been. You know, you get to the point where you think, I've got to get back to work, and it's all consuming, isn't it? And I got a lady from the acquired brain unit from the Countess of Chester who looks after me. She's going to be with me about 3 years because I struggle with my cognition. And she said, oh, what I'm going to say to you is, she said, it's like balancing plates. You know, on them steel bars, Sean, and you try and spin them all so they're all level, and then when you're not trying to keep up with them, they all drop on the floor. And I just thought that is a great way of saying how I feel. So if I can, I try and have 2 plates going at the maximum, and that's it, Sean. And you know, not going back to work is just one of them things now that I don't think about anymore, really. I'd love to go back to work for the lads, with the crack with the lads, as I've done all my life, you know. But yeah, I'm in a better place with my brain, I must say, with me. Yeah, me feelings. If that's the right way to say, Sean, and you know, having me friends around me and helping me is great. You know, you feel normal again, Sean, don't you? Over to you. I hope I've got this correct now. G5ENV, is that correct, Sean?
No, it's not. It's Golf 5 Echo Alpha November. Golf 5 Echo Alpha November. G5EAN. You got to balance them plates, Graham. Anyway, look, I'm taking the mickey there. What I'll tell you about my recovery is, and of course your condition's different to mine, exercise. I can't stress that enough. And this is coming from a guy who will never walk again, because I won't. But I use a therapy bike. I use it every day, and I've been using it for about 3 years. The only time I don't use it is if I get ill. And I kid you not, I've got muscles in my legs now that I've never had. But I'll never walk. I'll never ever walk again. I'm a wheelchair user, but I go on this bike every day. And you can change the hill factor on it, and I run it at about 80% hill factor. So that's I've built up to that over the last 3 years, and I use that bike for about 50 minutes every day, sometimes an hour, and I'll generally do about 2 miles myself, sometimes 3, but I'll do 2 miles and then the bike will take over and do another 2. So it's just like moving me. You with me? It's in the spare room, and I paid £3,500 for this bike, and it come recommended. And well, I say I paid 3.5. I paid for some of it, and then this charity donated the rest. And movement is such a therapy. You know what they say? If you don't use it, you'll lose it. But movement, it regulates everything in the body. It makes you, it gets you going just by moving, you know, whether it's like dumbbells or pedaling. But I can pedal that bike every day for an hour, and it energizes me. It does. It'll never make me walk, but it regulates everything, Graham, whether it's going to the toilet or burning up calories. You know, you've got to keep moving. It's so important. Anyway, listen, can I just quickly say something to John, and then I'm going to leave you pair to it, but there's something I've got to say to John, Graham, over.
Yeah, that's fine, Sean, no problem, mate.
John, you still with me?
Yeah, we're still here, Sean, don't worry, mate, we're not going anywhere over.
M9TDX G5EAN. Well, it's just a quick one for Sean. And this is the God's honest truth. When I worked alongside his dad always bought Jaguar cars, right? And he bought this Jag. It was a beautiful car. It was an older car, but a lovely car. I don't know whether you know the coastal road into Barmouth, but it's always a congestion road because all the holiday makers there. Well, Sean's dad was sat in his Jag in traffic, and there was a tailback as you go into Barmouth. And what the daft old bugger did, he turned the ignition key off and just rolled. Well, of course, all your brakes and everything go, don't they, when you turn your ignition off? And he hadn't had this car very long, and he ended up rolling into the coastal wall and putting a massive dent in it. Because nothing bloody works, does it, with these power-assisted brakes and everything? He was a laughing stock when he come back to work. He really was. But you can imagine that. But you must mention that to Sean, John, over.
Yeah. That's the type of thing Sean would do. His dad still actually drives. I don't know what he drives now, but his dad's still driving. Because he was saying, his dad was going down into the town with his mum. So, his dad must be docking on. I don't know exactly how old his dad is, but he's still driving over.
Oh, well, his dad knew my dad. His dad's got to be in his 80s. My dad's passed now. But, his dad's got to be in his 80s, and he'll be on a good pension. Because it was a good pension where we worked, and his dad put a lot of service in there. But that stunt on the coastal road into Barmouth, that's something we would have all have done, because you remember when like cars become modernised and power assisted brakes and things like that, and he turned his ignition off because he was in heavy traffic. There was like a traffic jam going into the town, and he just rolled into the wall. He just rolled into the wall, and of course nothing blooming works, does it? Your power-assisted steering and your brakes. He just rolled into the wall. So funny. Anyway, listen, I'm going to leave you pair to it, but I've got a bit of a confession for both of you. I know you was wanting to listen to your audio, so I've been live streaming you. So, it's all been recorded if you want to have a listen afterwards, over.
Yeah, no problem, Sean. Is that under your new call sign, Sean, on YouTube?
It is, yeah. Just type it in, you'll find me. And John's gone very, very weak now. But you'll be able to have a listen to yourself, Graham, over. Yeah,
cheers, Sean. And I know you've got to go. So I'll say 7-3. Hope catch you soon. Well, hopefully in the week, mate. Because I haven't got any appointments this week, which is great. And be lovely to catch up with you. And if you speak to Steve, send him my regards, mate, as always. So I've got it this time. G5 Echo Alpha November in the group from M0IYO. Over to you, Sean. Say if we can get in contact with the mouse, we'll call him. Now he's gone rather low.
M0IYO. You got the call sign, G5EAN. Okay, Graham. Well, listen, I'll be listening. I'm going to pour myself a cup of coffee, and I'll leave the stream going so you can both have a listen to yourselves. Hopefully John's signal will come back again, but it was purely banned. Lovely to catch up, Graham, and you, John, and I'll still be listening. Golf 5 Echo Alpha November.
Yeah, cheers, Sean. It was a good double there with John. He's come back up in signal now.
So nice to meet your acquaintance, mate, and catch up with a few stories, I'm sure. Golf 5 Echo Alpha November, 9 Tango Delta.
Yeah, cheers, guys. Cheers for now.
Best wishes, Sean. Yeah, you had a lovely double then, John. Yeah, you did. You dropped right out there with the band changing. But he's a good lad, Sean. I like Sean. And what was I going to say? Yeah. So what's the plan? You're just on what's it called, John? Standby, aren't you?
Yeah. Just on standby, Graham, so I won't be doing anything major. The weather's quite good, so I may start doing a little bit of work on the tower. I've got to make that clean to put on, so I might measure that and cut it, make a start on that. next week, and then I've got a week off. So if the weather's alright, I get a little bit of decorating I was going to do. I may actually start on the tower, Graham, over.
Yeah, well, if you want some supporters, let us know, and Matty will pick us up, and we can all come up and we can watch what you're doing, John.
It won't be a massive job to put it on. It's only a pin at the bottom, connected at the top, and winching up and see what happens. But I've got to get the pin made. So I've ordered some stainless bolts to mount the winch, and maybe we'll get them this week. But just depends, obviously, with the break whether they'll arrive. Graham, over.
What diameter do you want the bolt, John?
What I ordered M8 stainless bolt with nylock nuts, and obviously stainless washers to go with them, Graham, over.
Righto, John. I was going to say I'll have a look through the stuff I've got there, but if you've already ordered it, no worries, mate. So yeah, I've just been left a message after the girls have told us they were going out that the shopping's coming about 12 o'clock, mate. So I've got about half an hour, and then I'll come out the shack and then. And just wait for the doorbell. And they said they'll be back by 12, but just to be on the safe side, you know. So what else was I going to say? Yeah, I'm thinking about doing a inverted V, John, just for 40. You know, the plans that we had. Because I'm not fussed on the position of the end fed, especially in the summer, you know, with people walking through that arch and me keying up. Whereas with the inverted V, I know it's out of the way, if you understand what I mean. Mike 9, Tango Delta X-ray, M0 Italy Yankee Oscar.
Yeah, Mike 0 Italy Yankee Oscar, Mike 9 Tango Delta X-ray. Yeah, you've come up a little bit in signal there, Gray. Yeah, it's funny, the band, isn't it, the way it's working. Yeah, well, that's my plan. Inverted V just for 40, and then obviously but that'll be something for the summer. But yeah, I think I definitely need an inverted V, something like that. Obviously just for 40. Because this vertical, it's not really suitable for into geo.
Yeah, I think it's very good for portable, aren't they, John? I had one myself, and we'd done all the work apart from putting the ground mat in, you know, with all of the wires, you know. And I sort of took it down after that, and I think I'd give it away, I think. And now you look at it, you know, the price of them. When you think how much money you spend on stuff, and especially with the antenneritis, you know, there's no cure for it, is there? How much money we spent on aerials, you know. But yeah, it seems funny after all the years that I've gone back just to wire antennas. It's a crazy world. But like I say, it's an itch you've got to scratch, and you've got to try something, haven't you? It's in your mind, and you know, you'll end up with what you'd end up with. But it's nice to catch it in better conditions, John, as well. Not struggling at all. Like I say, we have that 12 o'clock lull with 40, and the band just drops out. And like I say, I could hardly hear you before, like 5 minutes ago. Like Sean said, you really dipped down. But you come back up now. You're 5 and 9 plus 10.
Yeah, so are you, Graham. It's crazy, isn't it? But, yeah, no, it's good just to get on the radio and just have a chat. And, yeah, I was really shocked to find out Sean went to school with our Pidge, the lad I work with. So, yeah, I'll be letting him know when I see him. Hopefully it'll be Monday morning and not over the weekend. It'll be a bit quieter for us. But yeah, if it's going to be really cold tomorrow, -5 or something like that, we can't put any water on the truck anyway, so it'll freeze all the pumps up, so we'll not be able to do anything if they called us out over.
Hang on a minute, John. Our aim's on the phone.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Yeah, Mike 9 Tango Delta X-ray M0IYO. Yeah, I'm popular today, John. I'm like the handyman. Listen to this one, John. Our Amy's nails just fell off, and she's asked, "Can I bring the super glue down when I when I come down from the shack?" You know. What has my life come to? And I was going to say to you, I was going to tell Sean about Kylie Minogue, John, when we broke into your locker.
Yeah. Oh, that'll never go away, that story, Graham, will it? Yeah. So gluing nails on now, eh? I don't know. Man of many talents, Graham.
Yeah, I could go into one of these nail bars, couldn't I, with the Chinese ladies that I can't even think of the word, John, but yeah, they just make me laugh. So yeah, it's nice to be part of the family again, you know, being able to do something. So I just laugh, you know. But yeah, I do feel like my old self, and I'll have to put something on the WhatsApp page for the radio club that I can't make it, because typical me, John, you know, I'd forgot that it's an important day for me, especially if I forget it. My life wouldn't be worth living. So yeah, I'll have to let them know that I won't be going. So obviously Matt won't be going. You're on call, aren't you? So yeah. So hopefully the lads can sort out whatever jobs need doing now, and whether it'll be the threshold of the gateway, you know, and put the cables underneath so we can use the I'm sorry to say the beam and be able to get the mast back to full height, John.
Yeah, M0IYO, Mike 9 Tango Delta X-ray. Yeah, there's a lot to do there, because we've got to sort that the rotator out, sort the beam out, and yeah, it's made it awkward now because they can't drop that mast because he's put that little building there. So any work's got to be done from up the mast, which is not ideal, Graham, over.
Yeah. When you think about it, why would you do that when he knows you've got to lower the mast? Like I say, I've got my own thoughts on it, John. But yeah, you know, it is what it is, isn't it? But it's all down to Andy now, isn't it? And you know, whether you want to get involved in it. But you know, you're only going out for a couple of hours, and next minute you fell off a bloody antenna mast because someone's being awkward. I just don't get it, John. Mike 9 Tango Delta X-ray M0IYO.
Yeah, Yeah, it's going to be one of them, innit? Where we all have to just work. I mean, I'm alright. I've got a harness there that I can put on. And I think Dave's got one as well. I think Andy used that one last time. But yeah, it's something to do when the weather's better. Get it all up and running and get it sorted out. Because it's pointless having that mast with that antenna. And after we went, all the trouble we went when we put it up, you know, getting scaffolding in, and we got a scaffold tower, and yeah, and built the antenna and put it all up and everything, and then it, you know, just goes to rack and ruin on top of a tower. So it's a waste of time having it made, to be honest, unless we're going to use it. But you never know. We might get it all sorted and be able to play a bit of radio at the club, Graham, over.
Yeah, and you know, set up 2 meters for the any new members we get, you know, of foundation or intermediate that want to go on 2 meters, because I'd like to break the antenna that's on the mast, John. You know, the one that's half cocked, the 2 meter. I was going to give them the G7, you know, the Hustler G7, the big 2 meter antenna, the home base one. So yeah, I might do that. On at least you know, you've left the club in a better place. You know, whatever happens, but there's your legacy, isn't it? That's what I was trying to say, John.
Yeah, M0IYO, Mike 9 Tango Delta X-ray. Yeah, the thing is, Graham, you'd put that up and they wouldn't use it. That's the problem. Just be sat on top of the mast like the other one has been for God, I don't know, at least the last 8 or 9 years, Graham, over.
Yeah, just stand by, John. I think